Hey guys, how's it going? It's very crucial as human beings. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I know that as human beings, we really should try to keep ourselves full of oxygen. In other words, we shouldn't really reach a point whereby we're being starved of oxygen, because once you choose to starve your brain of oxygen, every other aspect of your life will decline simply because your body has no other option but to decline. Based on the fact that you actually do need oxygen. This is something a lot of these individuals who send me messages and you see their comments around the YTBC. This is something they still haven't even understood, something that even the children have understood, which is that at every and any point in our lives, we always need oxygen. Now you're probably sitting there wondering what I'm talking about. Well, the closer we get to May 2nd, I'm finding out that when I look at my inbox, I'm beginning to see that there's a large number of people who are quite clearly lacking oxygen, who are sending me messages. And it's not particularly hard to tell when somebody is dehydrated. It's actually quite easy once you read what they're sending you. I'm beginning to identify 4 distinct types of cowards who are sending me messages. And you could, of course, call them 4 distinct types of buffoons, because that's really what these people are, to be honest with you. The very first one I'm finding is the type who goes around making excuses and then picking Mayweather to win in the end. So what this person is doing, this is just a type of person who's sending me this message. So what this person really does is he'll send messages about Floyd is a bitch, Floyd is a pussy, gay weather, gay feather, gay runner, all these things you see. And then at the end, he still ends up picking Mayweather to win anyway. But he says, it's going to be a boring fight and all the rest of this. Now, my question would be, how do you go about calling somebody a coward and a bitch and then pick them to win the fight at the end? See, when somebody doesn't engage their brain before they do things, you always have means to counter whatever they do. So this is the first type of coward who is sending me messages. People who are calling him all sorts of names and then picking him to win the fight anyway. Truly makes no sense to me. The second group I'm seeing is just a group of conspiracy theorists who are sending me messages saying, the fight is rigged. Mayweather's already paid the bribes. He's paid the judges. He's paid the officials. He's paid the referee. And, the whole thing is paid for. And he's also paid Manny Pacquiao to take a dive. And the whole thing is rigged. And, it's been staged. And so this is what these people are saying. And hopefully you guys can now see why I have always believed that this fan base is the most bizarre fan base that there's ever been. Because they'll tell you Manny Pacquiao is this God-fearing individual. They'll tell you he's this upstanding individual, this saint, this moral individual who is one of the most amazing people that has ever lived. Then in the same time, they'll turn around and tell you that Manny Pacquiao has accepted a bribe. But you see, it's very easy for you to believe that Manny Pacquiao is a saint and one of the most amazing people of all time, and at the same time tell everybody that he's taken a dive and he's accepted bribes to lose in front of the whole world who'll be watching. It's very easy to believe something like that if you're A, dehydrated, and B, messing around with mind-bending substances. I mean, as human beings, we must never be surprised what somebody says or does when they've just been messing around with mind-bending substances. I mean, last time I checked, this is what mind-bending substances are supposed to do. So, I'm not surprised when somebody is able to say these things, after they've just been messing around with these substances. The third type of coward that I'm actually seeing in my inbox is actually an individual who is saying that Mayweather actually cherry-picked Manny Pacquiao by waiting for him to get old. And you see, this person just ignores the fact that Floyd is also aging as well, and that Floyd is actually 2 years older than Manny Pacquiao. So I'm noticing something about these individuals whereby the closer this fight gets, the more illogical, the more silly, the more stupid these people become, and they begin to say things that make no sense. How is it possible for a man who is 2 years older than his opponent to wait for his opponent to become old? How is that possible? You see, this is really an indirect compliment to Floyd that this moron doesn't even understand he's just giving Floyd. Because he's basically saying that Floyd is not affected by age and is not affected by time. That's what he's saying, but he's too stupid to realize that's what he's saying. And the final group of coward I find is a guy who is obviously suffering from the incurable disease, who hides himself as a Gennady Triple G Golovkin fan. And these people are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's so transparent that you can see that this person is not a Triple G fan, doesn't know anything about Golovkin. If you ask them a basic question about Golovkin, they don't even know they don't know anything about Triple G. And this is what makes it so funny, is that this person is suffering from the incurable disease, and he's now using Gennady Golovkin as his way of getting at Floyd, and it doesn't make any sense. Now, which true Gennady Triple G Golovkin fans do you know would say that Floyd is a bitch or a coward or a pussy if he never fights Golovkin? Does that sound like something that would really come from an actual Gennady Golovkin fan? Why would he be thinking about that? Why would he be saying Floyd is a pussy if he never fights Golovkin? Why would that be the concern of an actual Gennady Golovkin fan? Wouldn't this person be more concerned with what Gennady Golovkin is doing and all his, adventures as he moves up in weight, potentially facing guys like Andre Ward and things like that? Would he really be concerned about coming down to face Floyd Mayweather and then going to the extreme point of saying that Mayweather is a bitch or a coward if he never faces Golovkin? That just doesn't sound like a real Golovkin fan to me. That sounds more like somebody who is suffering from the incurable disease but trying to disguise themselves as a Triple G Golovkin fan, which now makes the situation 10 times more pathetic than it already was. And so you can see why I say in previous videos that sanity is truly a precious commodity. And, sanity is one of the most precious gifts that we have as human beings. And it's something we must protect really at all costs, because once you begin to lose this precious gift of sanity, there's nothing else, there's really nothing else left. Once you begin making new YouTube accounts, putting pictures of Gennady Golovkin in there, pretending to be a Golovkin fan, just so you can message me to insult Floyd Mayweather and call him a coward and a bitch because he's about to fight Manny Pacquiao, you're going insane, and it's something that everybody can see. And it's an unfortunate situation because once you find yourself dealing with those kind of activities, it's a downhill spiral. A person like this is only going to become even more severely dehydrated. And what that means is this person is going to have even less and less and less oxygen. And finally, to end this video, I just want to say to people out there who are watching this, because I understand there's a large number of people who are sane, who are intelligent, who actually watch my videos. And I just want to say to you guys that just because we as human beings are actually sane individuals watching these videos and really being true fans of boxing, it doesn't mean that there's people who truly belong in mental institutions who won't be able to gain access to the same content that we can gain access to. In other words, because we're sane and because we can go on the internet and go on YouTube and post comments and do things like this, we must understand that people who are suffering from dehydration, people who are abusing mind-bending substances, people who belong in mental institutions, people with decomposing brains, we must understand that all of these people can do the exact same things that we can. You see, we need to begin to understand that these people are logging in right now, these people are posting comments, these people are posting videos, some of them are running channels. We must understand we're truly surrounded by them, and there's nothing we can really do to make them go away. And, supervision isn't always there. So somebody who belongs in a mental institution can do just about everything that I can do on YouTube. But, it's actually funny, and I was thinking about this the other day. I've already informed you guys that YouTube does have a strike on my account. And when you actually think about that, then you realize that actually some of these people who are mentally ill, some of these people who are dehydrated, some of these people whose brains are starved of oxygen, they can actually do more on YouTube than I can as of right now. And that's something I just kind of find funny. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, and I'll see you in the next one.
Seeing your family scrambling, that sanity damaging. Gotta make a move, can't just stand and be mannequin. Have a man who be managing, randomly standing in places he shouldn't. Try to move that Pamela Anderson under. Stand and be hammers and grandma people.